Hello, hello. Oh, we're live. We're live. It says video and audio. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Hey, everybody.
Hey guys,
So I'm Jose, and
Renee.
so we are the nutrition coaches at Power Up. And today we have a little nutrition talk for you to get you ready for the new year.
New year and a new you.
That's right.
We all need something new for the year. We've had a rough year behind us, so we're hoping that the tips we'll share with you tonight will help you get started on a much better year and much greater health.
All right. So if some of you have asked me, we have a little workbook that goes with the little talk today. If you would like to have it, just shoot us an email and we'll send it to you. And also after this talk, we're gonna record it, put it on the Facebook page, and I'll put a link to those documents too if you'd like to see them. It's good stuff. It'll help you kind of set your goals.
Yeah.
And we're at the gym and there's still kiddos in here, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit loud. All right, so we have 3 tips for you for setting and achieving your goals for the new year. So the first one, Renee,
Is to ditch the all or nothing mentality.
right? So it does not have to be all or nothing, right?
Right.
You know, we get all gung ho. It's the first of the year, the second of the year, and like we're gonna lose weight. We're gonna exercise every day. We're gonna walk the dog. We're gonna clean the house. And then you get overwhelmed and nothing gets done, right?
Yeah.
So it's really kind of important. Let's start with one thing.
One of the greatest mistakes that most of us make at the beginning of a new year when we start to hear about making resolutions and everybody asks you if you have your list of resolutions, it just seems to be a tradition in our culture. And resolutions, by and large, are just about an 80% chance of failure when you try and make a long list of resolutions, because typically by the first part of February,
Yep.
everybody is just done with that.
And there's statistics that they show if you try to choose to change one thing at a time, you're 80% successful. If you try to change 2 things at a time, you actually go down to 35% success rate. That's huge. And if you try 3 or more, it's like 5%. Yeah, that's huge.
That is.
So let's try one thing, one thing at a time. Get that down, and then go to the next thing. Um, and another thing about the all or nothing mentality is, you know, we didn't get into the shape we are now in 2 weeks. So we're not going to achieve all our goals in 2 weeks. We're in this microwave society where we want things now, or yesterday would be even better.
Yeah.
We're not patient anymore. Unfortunately, you know, getting back in shape, losing weight, it just takes time. It takes consistency. It takes work. We don't like that,
Yeah.
but that's just how it is, right?
Well, even though, Jose, even though it should go without saying, when we go to the grocery store and you look at all the magazine covers and all the little tabloid things, they're all telling you that you should be able to lose 10 pounds in 10 days,
Yeah.
or lose 30 pounds in 1 month. And, it's just so unrealistic. So sometimes we have to take a step back from our emotions and instead really look at things mindfully. And when you decide to make changes, to really prioritize what's most important to you. Set one goal for yourself to achieve, and then move on to the second thing on your list. So ditch that all or nothing mentality. It's okay to make a list of things you'd like to work on for the year ahead, but pick that one that's most important to you, the thing that's going to help you feel the best in your own skin.
There you go. All right. So number 2 is start with a clean slate. So there's a couple things here Um, every year we do this, right? We start, we're gonna have a great year, we're gonna do all these things, and then we fail at most of them. And now we think, well, it's not worth it. I'm gonna try again, and I'm gonna fail again. So, um, your past failures do not determine your future successes.
That's right.
I got that right.
That's right. You got it right.
um, you know, so no matter what's happened in the past, that's the past, and we're going to do better. And again, with these little tips, instead of trying to change 15 things, we're going to change one thing, and you're going to work at that one thing until you achieve it. And then, now that you're getting a little success, then you can go to some other things and keep that momentum rolling and keep succeeding.
Right. One of the things that I think I have experienced, and I've talked to so many other people in my client base, we start on a project, and because it's new to us, it's exciting. But then as soon as we have like maybe one disappointment, maybe we fail on one particular day, and there's a part of our emotional system that kind of goes back to, all the things we did wrong in the past and all the failed attempts that we might have had. But that's the relevance of this clean slate tip, is that you have to realize that each and every day that you wake up and get up out of your bed is a brand new opportunity for you.
That's right.
So show yourself, we say a little grace, but I say show yourself a whole lot of grace.
Yeah. Or if you wake up and your breakfast, you don't make the best choice for breakfast. Well, don't just say, well, I want to say screw it. That's probably not right. Forget it. I'm just gonna eat whatever I want the rest of the day. No.
Yeah.
You messed up a little bit. That's okay. That's done. Just start over.
Move on.
We can start over anytime. You don't have to wait till the next day or the next week or the next Monday.
Right.
Just start right over. All right. And the next thing with the clean slate is, I sent some of you this thing. It's 4 steps to cleaning out your pantry and refrigerator. So the first thing you can do,
set aside time for yourself. First of all, this is an important step toward improving your nutrition and maybe reaching, if your goal is to improve your health and or lose weight along the way or gain weight, whatever is right for you. You want to set aside time for this pantry and refrigerator clean out. Don't try to do it on the fly, because it's a great learning experience. First, you want to go through your pantry and your refrigerator and check for anything that's already expired. You could also do that for your spice cabinet as well. You may find it a really great kind of a relief, because you'll start to get rid of some things that are just really cluttered. So check all your expiration dates and get rid of them.
I actually did this for myself, and the canned goods, you don't really think about it. I had stuff in there from 2012. I'm like, oh my gosh, get rid of that stuff. And spices is another one too. There's things that you buy once in a while that you don't use a lot of, and they're from 2017, and so let's start fresh.
Yeah.
All right. And then the second thing, look at your labels. And look and see all the things that have a lot of sugar. Sugar is huge. That's what causes a lot of our problems. So let's try to stick with things that have less sugar. And Renee brought a good point when we talked about this yesterday. Some people were going to say, well, I don't want to waste what I've paid good money for. And we were trying to find a good way to kind of frame that and to help people kind of get over that hump. And you said it really well, so if you remember.
Well, I think if you're hesitating on getting rid of an item that's really not very healthy, and it's not really going to benefit you, think back to what you paid for that item. I mean, if it was $2.99, $3.99, whatever. I mean, it's really not valuable in regard to improving your health. Your health is the most priceless gift that we have. And we really should guard that.
Yeah.
So much greater than worrying about maybe throwing away a bottle of barbecue sauce. And by the way, barbecue sauce is
Full
one of
of
the
sugar.
full of sugar and high fructose corn syrup. And so what's really important for you is to read those labels. It's part of your success because you've got to know what you're putting in there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And the other thing is, don't tell yourself, well, I'm going to eat all of it by the end of the week so I can start fresh on Monday. That's probably not the best thing to do either. So, and same thing with checking with fat content and sodium as well. And then the other thing is in your refrigerator, your pantry, put the good stuff, your fruits and your vegetables, right at eye level. So when you open it up, you're hungry and you're looking for a snack. There it is, right there. So you don't have to go looking.
Yeah.
So make it easy.
You have to have the things that are really good for you and make them like readily available. If you don't keep anything on your countertops, first of all, you're the exception to the rule. But then put things out there that you know are going to be good. Be very aware of just ditching potato chips and the simple carbs. And you know, one of the things that we talked about when we were preparing for this is, you know, fat and sugar together create sort of a dopamine effect in your body, which is very addictive. And so therefore, once you eat something with fat and sugar, like, you know, a donut or whatever, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
No, you were saying peanut butter cookies.
Peanut butter cookies. So once you have that, it just creates that dopamine effect, and then you just want to just keep going back to it again and again and again.
And I am guilty of this. If it is in the house, I eventually will eat it.
That's right.
You know, we have so much. When we start these things, we have some motivation and some willpower, and you can go 3 days and not touch it. Eventually, there's going to be a day where it's a rough day. You are tired and hungry, and you get home, and that bag of whatever is sitting right there is going down. So that's just one little trick, that if it's not in the house, then you have a little more chance of success. So
Put the whole foods, really real foods, put them in the priority spot everywhere.
Yeah.
The refrigerator, the pantry, the countertop. Make sure that you're always getting that visual input with the really best choices.
Yep. And that kind of falls right into our third tip, which is you have to make a plan for success.
Mm-hmm.
So first, maybe define for you, and this is in your workbook, what does success look like to you? You know, we all have our own little goals, or we see ourselves in a certain way, or things that we'd like to look a certain way or be able to do a certain thing. You know, define that for yourself. Don't let other people define that for you, because if it's defined by somebody else, it won't mean as much. So what does success look like to you? What do you want to look like, or what do you want to be able to do maybe next year at this time? And have that present. You know, put it on your mirror where you get ready in the morning, or put it on the refrigerator. Be good, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, planning for success means that you really do need to take some time for yourself to really think about this. Again, not going about it just sort of willy-nilly, because if you plan for your success, then, you know, all the other factors that need to be there will fall into line. One of the great quotes that we heard while we were preparing for this workshop was from Benjamin Franklin. He said that if you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. And I think that's particularly true for when you make a goal, let's say, to eat healthier, but you have no plan to back it up. You get into a busy day and you end up having to go through a drive-through or go to the convenience store, and so you have to plan.
Yeah, and that is important. Um, so while we're talking about planning, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about our nutrition challenge that's coming up. We're starting January 18th, so that's coming up real soon. And that is a big part of what we teach you during the challenge is how to plan. There's ways to meal prep on Sundays or whatever day you choose to. And if you have meals and good stuff ready for the week, it makes the week so much easier. And it's a no-brainer. You know, you get home, you've got your good stuff ready to eat. Just stick that in the microwave and you're golden, no matter what kind of day you had. So the participants from the last challenge, I mean, they did wonderful. They were posting pictures of all kinds of things they were cooking and preparing, and it was a big part of their success.
Part of planning for success also, and that ties right into what Jose was saying about the challenge, is accountability. Not only, it might be accountability between friends, it might be accountability between you and your written goals, and when you have written goals, you want to post those in a place where you'll see them frequently.
Yeah.
Places in your home or your workspace where you're going to spend a lot of time. So make those goals always, just like the healthy whole foods, kind of put them where you can always be reminded of what am I working on, so that the busyness of the day doesn't steal away your focus on your goals. And being accountable also entails that you track.
Yeah.
If you don't track how you're doing in some form or fashion, then how are you going to know if you're getting to your goal? So, when I say tracking, doesn't have to be necessarily meal tracking. Not everybody is going to do that, friends. Some folks are really good at it, very efficient, but others not. But we can also give you some simple, really simple strategies to use for tracking healthy meals. However, part of planning for success is that you know where you're going, you're accountable to someone, even if that someone is only you. However, in our humanity, we really do need another human being that we can kind of go to and say, well, I really blew it today, but tomorrow is a new day.
That's right. That's right. And that's a big part of what we do as nutrition coaches, is just to be there to be your support, your accountability, and give you some direction. And the first challenge, we got the results were really good, and it was so much fun to see people just feel better, and some people didn't expect the results. So that was a lot of fun. So I think that's all we got for today.
Let's go back over those again.
Okay, so what's the 3 tips? Hey, let me find the paper with the 3 tips. All right, so 1, ditch the all or nothing mentality. 2, start with a clean slate. And 3,
make a plan for success.
There you go.
And be accountable to someone for that
right.
success.
All right, guys, if you have any questions, you can put them down here or message us later. Yeah, I think that's all we got.
We appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
We'll look forward to talking to you here.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Much love.
Well,